Hello, Earthkins! Welcome back to Futurama Friday. Before we begin today's episode, I'd like to give a shout out to JD Lockerfeller. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. JD has been supporting the channel since day one, and it's hardcore Futurama fans like him that keep this channel alive. So keep up all the great work, JD. Now today we have issue 11, and as you can see, Fry is sick and Bender is taking his temperature. The name of this week's story is The Cure for the Common Clod. The story begins with Leela bursting in on Fry as he is making out with the Don's wife on the parody gangster planet. The Don and his goons then bust into the room with guns in hand and catch Fry right in the act. Our heroes then scream for their lives. The crew is then relentlessly pied in the face, and the gangsters leave the crew in a sticky, custard-filled mess. After escaping the parody gangster planet, Bender notices that Fry is starting to look a little sick. Leela then goes to the ship's library and finds out in a medical book that Fry has contracted the common cold. The crew returns back to Earth, where Fry is then re-examined by Dr. Zoidberg, and accused of being a faker that doesn't want to go to Amy's sorority's all-night lingerie rave. The professor then reveals that he has taken a urine sample from Fry, and that the virus he has contracted was thought to be extinct, so there is no cure, and thus Fry will have to be quarantined. Leela then starts showing symptoms of being sick when she strips naked, jumps out the window and starts gathering acorns in a tree, as the virus has mutated in her body, reverting her back to her primal state. Hermes also starts showing symptoms in his office as he feverishly files and collates away like a madman. The Professor, Zoidberg, and Bender then rush to the Kappa Kappa Wong sorority house to see if Amy has become infected as well, but the sorority sisters reveal that Amy never made it to the party and was last seen at the library. And in fact, Amy is found at the library, showing symptoms of the sickness as she feverishly studies away. While leaving the library, Zoidberg accidentally knocks over Fry's quarantine sphere, and Fry tumbles through the city until the sphere is broken open and lands in the city's drinking water supply. While gazing out of the window at the mass infection that has now taken the streets of New York City, Fry walks out, saying that he's now feeling great. Amy Wong then also bursts into the room, as she reveals that she is also feeling better, when suddenly a giant glob comes into the room. The giant glob is revealed to be a super germ that, when sneezed out of the infected humans, merges into a giant, massive blob. The blob then starts to take over the city and heads for City Hall. Will City Hall be able to survive the onslaught of the super germ? Can an antidote be found to kill the virus? And why wasn't I invited to the Kappa Kappa Wong sorority lingerie rave? Don't find out next week, but definitely do bring a hanky for issue 12. Alright guys, let's get into the special appearances for this week, and man, were there a lot of them. First up, we have Sal, who reveals that he used to have a hamster named Nibbles. Fishy Joe, Ethan Bubblegum Tate, and Mom have all contracted the deadly super germ virus. Ogden Wernstrom, Zap Brannigan, and Walt are all seen fleeing from the giant virus glob in Central Park. We also get to see Morbo in this amazing 2-page spread where the people of New York have succumbed to their primal state. This is so far the largest character scene in any of the books we have looked at, so I won't name all of the characters, but there are some great hidden ones in there, so I will show you a close-up of the images during the outro. For the very first time, we get to see the sewer mutants in the series, and there are quite a few of them in there, including everyone's favorite, Petunia. Alright Earthkins, I hope you enjoyed this week's story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter for all kinds of awesomeness, as well as signing the Save Futurama petition. Links for all three are down in the description box below, and I will see you next week for issue number 12.
You and I will be reborn in a future place and time if everything our Hindu brethren say is true. In an age of things that hover, you and I will still be lovers, and we'll say to ourselves that was then, and this is too. 'Cause we'll still find the happening hot spots, we'll still cruise the cool casinos, you'll still fly me to the moon, although the moon to which you fly me could be Phobos or Deimos.